Blessed is the man that worketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat that is can't fall. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in this law that say, I did take sunrise and sundown. Him I go there like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in his season. Him leaf never I go wither, and whatsoever him do shall prosper. Yea! Heathen them now, they saw them there like a chaff, which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go turn upon judgment, that I see them among them in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord God, Jah, never the way of the righteous and the way of the sinner among them always and always. I will perish. Let the people of the Most High God say, Jah! Where two centuries meet in the name of the Most High Jah. So Jaja there. If Jaja never build up your house, the builder I go build it in vain. Same way, if Jaja never watch upon them, same house will build for you. The watchman I go watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks and I says unto your name, King of kings and Lord of lords, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, Amasa Yahuda, Amasa, Negas, Daniel, Komaya Sataya, Aimana Pio Waya. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. Remember, where two centuries meet in the name of the Most High Jah, ADDO Jaja there. And remember, this is very important. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High Jah shall therein abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Remember, my brother, my sister, to occupy yourself with prayer. A prayer without hard work is zero. Hard work alone without prayer is zero as well. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodomo, and my name, Blakk Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot rests on the fire, something some shows is cooking. Now, the black pot is symbolical of Africa. Now, the black pot represents Africa. The ingredients in the black pot, different colors, different shapes, different sizes, different smells, different aromas, all agree to disagree, come together and be subjected to some amount of heating so that at least some good food can be prepared. My brother, my sister, kings and queens, we are represented in the ingredients. What do I mean? The way the ingredients allow themselves to be subjected to heat in order to produce food that will nourish you and bring you together is the same way we must all agree to disagree, put away all our differences so we'll be able to make Africa prosper, so that we'll be able to produce that one homogeneous product known as development. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Our numbers are rolling on the screen. Pick the numbers, give us a call. Yes, you can give us a WhatsApp call, or even send us what is known as a simple WhatsApp message. We will respond. What business are you doing? Do business with us. We love to see the African businesses prosper. The more you prosper, the more we prosper too. This is the show you've been waiting for. And on this show, we normally don't criticize. And if we must criticize, we would only just criticize to build and not to destroy. That is why we say we are in the service of God and country. This is the pot, not just any pot. The Black Pot, the African Black Pot. And my name, Blakk Rasta. We are live on Pan-African TV, Africa's only Pan-African TV. All across the continent of Africa, via the power of satellite, everybody is watching this show. Very first story I would like to look at today. Watch it. What does it say? Yes, it says what? Ghana embraces imported unemployment. Watch the headline properly. Ghana embraces imported unemployment. Ghana is already a country that is suffering from unemployment. Why do we import unemployment again? What does it mean? Are we just interested in making our country worse? Do we want to turn Ghana into the capital of unemployment? I don't understand. Watch the headline. Ghanaian market flooded with cheap imported goods. And this is from a man named David Adika. David Adika. This is David Adika. What is David Adika saying? Former executive member of the Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, David Adika, has attributed the hike in the price of goods to the flooding of the Ghanaian market with cheap foreign goods. Come along. Come. According to him, the influx of imported goods, especially food commodities, has made it difficult for Ghanaians to purchase locally produced food. Speaking on Atinka FM, David Adika stressed that the prices of goods would only fall if locally manufactured goods are patronized by Ghanaians. There are quality rice on the Ghanaian market which are produced right here in Ghana. The issue is that our markets are saturated with cheap imported brands, making it hard for the public to purchase the local ones. He said, the local rice in Ghana is mostly exported to Nigeria. There is no issue of security in Ghana. Prices of goods would fall if locally made ones are patronized, Mr. Adika added. His comment comes on the back of a statement released by the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, advising Ghanaians to stock up their homes ahead of the Yuletide as prices of goods may increase again. If the government does not address the depreciation of the cedi immediately, Ghanaians will buy their Christmas goods at expensive prices, part of GUTA's statement read. My brother, my sister, David Adika didn't do justice to the whole issue. From what we read, all we can make a meaning out of is that we have foreign goods coming in and they are cheap. And for that matter, prices of goods are rising, especially locally produced ones. It doesn't make economic sense. This is not economics. Why is it not economics? When you have goods coming from foreign and you say that they are cheap and people are patronizing them, then because people are not patronizing the local ones, their prices should rather come down, all other things remaining equal. Am I making sense? Now demand must be high as against a low supply. Ceteris paribus, for prices to rise. If 20 people approach a certain trader, they want to buy something from this trader. The trader only has 5 to sell. There are 20 people who want it. All other things remaining equal, the trader would increase the price. After all, there's a high demand. If it was going for 5 Ghana, now it will go for 10 Ghana. Oh, they have increased the prices, so that's why it's not on the market. So it's 10 Ghana now. Out of the 20, 10 might say, yes, we will buy. The trader will sell 2. I say, oh, it's finished. So the other ones left. In fact, somebody came to put them here. Oh, and the person said we shouldn't sell them unless people will buy them for 20 Ghana cedis. Have you experienced that? This is basic economics. But when you say that, oh, foreign goods are coming in and they are so cheap, and because people are patronizing them and not patronizing the Ghanaian products, it makes the prices rise. No. For local goods, no. Prices of local goods should rather come down. But I think what David Adika wanted to really say is what we have there as our banner headline. Ghana embraces imported unemployment. Anytime you import goods into the country, you are also importing unemployment. Should I explain? We have people who farm rice in Ghana. Let's say we have 2,000 rice farmers in Accra alone. Commercial rice farmers. Now you don't buy their rice. And then you buy rice from Vietnam. Now the Vietnamese rice is replacing the Ghana rice. All other things remaining equal. Out of the 2,000 rice farmers, maybe only 20 will still remain farmers. The rest will give it up and say it's not profitable. And when they give it up, what is that? Unemployment. They become unemployed. Now you are giving employment to the Vietnamese, the Chinese. So in that case, in simple economics terms, we say you are importing unemployment. Hey, you might have goods in your country with low prices, but you are causing unemployment. And unemployment is undesirable. Nobody is going to patronize the tomatoes coming from the local farmer anymore. They are all looking for the cheap ones that are out competing theirs. And when that situation happens, there will be chaos. Yes, there is food, cheap food. You are being fed from the kitchen of another man that you don't know about. Your country is going to be full of unemployment. And when there is unemployment, there will be what? Pressure on the government for what? Employment. How is the government going to create the employment? The government must find a way of creating employment to satisfy these people. The best way is to remove the imported unemployment and deal with the local unemployment, and that is easier. I hope I've been able to explain this. My brother, my sister, anytime you import anything into this country, especially that we are producing that thing, no matter how small, we are importing unemployment. And until we look at that, my brother, my sister, we will continue to suffer unemployment in this country. And it is not a good thing. Listen to this interesting thing. Now that you have goods coming in and they are cheap, and your market is flooded, unemployment is created. Now the people who are unemployed would have to push their energies into different sectors. And when they do that, they might also cause what is called a market glut. You know what it means to say market glut? They might go into ventures where there are already too many people. And when they go there, what happens? There will be a glut. There will be too much of that. Prices, all of a sudden, ceteris paribus, would also drop. And it will not do the nation any good. Nigeria suffered this in the past 30 years when they imported things like matches, toothpicks, toilet paper, devalued their naira over a certain period of time and inflated their country with imported unemployment. The largest country in terms of population in the whole of Africa. We need to watch it, or else economically we are killing ourselves. Why do we build factories? For employment. Why is the government under pressure to deliver employment? The people must eat. If the food that is coming in is from abroad, you are feeding the people from abroad, and your people are dying. That is what we have to look at. We are importing unemployment into this country. And already when you go onto the market, you are seeing goods from China, from Vietnam. The other day I even saw one from Afghanistan, and I was so shocked. You know what it was? It was a singlet. I saw boxes made in Afghanistan. My brother, my sister, we need to watch this if we have to protect our economy. Dash it away, let's deal with the next thing. Next thing I want to deal with, come with me, follow me. Next thing I want to deal with says, Nana ADDO coached on ganja farming. Nana ADDO coached on ganja farming. What is ganja? Marijuana, ntampe, bekwi, vare, taba, Congo taba. Look at it. Very beautiful. The photograph looks appetizing. Some of these photographers can let you get into things that you don't even want to get into. Look at it. Very beautiful and nice. I can even smell it from afar. The whiff is already passing around my nose. And I can feel it like, yes. This is marijuana. Those of you who know something about marijuana, that is what it is. This man was an MP. He's schooling Mr. President about something. Look at it. And this one, my brother, my sister, is coming from Hot FM Ghana. Economic crunch. Invest in weed. In Ghana, we call it weed. Tampio. Bekwi. Invest in weed. Cashew nuts. Former MP advises Akufo-Addo. But look at an interesting thing I'm going to show you. Hey, it says, Honorable Kwesi Agyemang Tutu has advised the government to invest in cannabis business across the country. That's a former MP. According to the former MP, countries like the US of A have legalized the use of cannabis, which is popularly known as weed, for both recreational and medicinal purposes. He further stated that he didn't comprehend how countries were making huge revenues from business, as the alleged drug had the same effect as alcohol and water. In an exclusive interview on the afternoon political show, Biom, hosted by Ejawusu on the Accra-based Hot 93.9 FM, Honorable Jan Tutu urged the government to consider legalizing cannabis farming in Ghana. Cannabis farming in Ghana, as it will generate revenue and employment for the youth. Dash it away. My brother, this is something we've talked about over the years. When parliamentarians got angry because Blakk Rasta had said something and hauled me over to the Parliament House, it was all because of I don't smoke. I've never smoked anything smokable. I am 100% vegan. When I see animals being slaughtered, I feel it. Why should you slaughter animals? For what? You have no mercy? You have no heart that beats inside you? Why should an animal die because you want to you satisfy your taste buds? Go and eat the plants. Somebody asked me, say the plants also are living things. I said, living in whose dictionary? Because the scientist tells you that it lives. The food of man is supposed to be herbs and plants and grains. You go and catch an animal, slaughter it, shed blood. This animal that should have been your friend. This afternoon when I was coming into the studio, there was a goat that came around my car, smelling my trousers and going, "Mah! Mah! Mah!" Little goat. If I had sympathy for this goat, I had this small bread with me which I wanted to use for something important. I gave it to the goat. This little goat ate this bread and continued to follow me. This time around, not making noise, just following me like a pet. One day I pick up a knife and say, I'm going to kill it. My brother, let's think about this very seriously. The more we kill animals, the more we disrespect the rights of animals. Human beings think they are the most important people on earth. A tree that is older than your great-grandfather, one day you get up and say it's a witch, that you fell it. Ganja, marijuana, ntampe. Mr. President started making strides to legalize it. All of a sudden, it's all gone Very stagnant. Nobody is talking about it. Somebody else in parliament is saying that we must legalize it. Why is it that Africans are always last to take very strong decisions? We wait for white people to benefit from it before we become the pallbearers. Before we become the follow people. Follow fashion. Marijuana is medicinal. Marijuana is food. Have you ever drank hemp milk? Have you ever had hemp vegetable soup? When you are ill, have you ever used marijuana in one way or the other? When I first came on radio in Accra, marijuana was something I was talking about. Many parents stopped their children from listening to me. Today, there's a communication. People want marijuana legalized. It means that I've been so many years ahead of my time. This is the best advice anybody could give to any leader in Africa. Malawi has gone into it. Zimbabwe is going into it. South Africa has gone into it. Imagine Nigeria and Ghana getting into it. Do you know how many billions of dollars we will be making from this? But no, all of us are very interested in just running around and misbehaving. We are interested in running around and begging white people for peanuts. Right now, Ghana is collapsing. The whole country is in turmoil, all because of $3 billion peanuts. 3 billion. Dan Gote can give you that money. One man. He can give you 3 billion. There are so many other people who can give you that money. In fact, individuals. Come along. Individuals can give you that money, yet the whole nation doesn't have it. Yet we have individuals in the country who claim they are so rich they want to go and buy foreign football teams. They come on TV displaying bars of gold, telling the world how rich they are. Yet when their country is sinking, they cannot help. I'm waiting to see that leader in Ghana or any other country in Africa that will announce to the nation and say, listen, we are in distress and we are looking forward to people coming together to contribute money. We need it to be able to survive this period. And I would like to see people coming out in their numbers to do that. Do you think people will come out if Nana Akufo-Addo announced this? After seeing so much wastage in this government. Nobody has any trust for the government. Imagine Baumia coming up to say, oh, the country is in distress, so people should come out and donate some money so that they'll be paid back later, like you borrow from the people. There's a nice way to do that, but I want to make it raw. Don't put it in any treasury bills and whatever. Just tell them that you want to borrow from them. You will pay them back with no interest. Let's see how many people will come up. If the government is truthful to the people, if the government treats the people like human beings, nobody would have a problem coming forward to salvage its own nation. But we have greedy leaders who have no respect for the legacies of our ancestors. Nobody will do that. My brother, my sister, I leave you with a quote. When I return, we will talk more. I have a beautiful quote for you. In fact, a friend with weed is a friend indeed. Hey! Wayo! A friend with weed is a friend indeed. Said the unyanko akutantampio. Or unyanko papa. The cliches are too much. The stereotypes. Outlandish minds. Archaic minds. Why are we so parochial and so entrenched? Like cast in concrete. Anytime we have to get out of the box. There are still so many Ghanaians who say Black Rasta smokes. As if you don't smoke, you will not be called a human being. Let's think about it. Next thing. Watch it. The almighty dollar is talking. The dollar is the almighty. What is the importance of our independence? If in our own country, the dollar is still more powerful than our cedi. What is the importance of our independence? If in our own country, the dollar disciplines the cedi. And even babies will not accept cedi as gifts anymore. They would rather take dollar. Your independence is only on paper. Your independence is an act of tokenism, symbolism. It is not real. Your independence is only a fleeting illusion. Your independence is only a mirage. Your independence is nothing but abstract. Nkrumah did all he could to make our independence tangible. You know what it means to say tangible? So that we would see it physically. What did Nkrumah say? That if the black man is given the opportunity, he will rule himself and prove to the whole world that he can do it. Nkrumah sent a lot of black people outside to go and gather knowledge and come home. Nkrumah built factories and put black people in charge. Nkrumah gave the black man the biggest gift anybody could give a black man. The knowledge that comes with a changed mindset. How did the dollar get there? We've told this history over and over. All America did was to get in contact with the Arab world that had so much oil. Listen, we are friends. We know that so many people like your oil, but we are your biggest customers, so we are going to buy your oil, and anybody who wants to buy oil from you directly will not be possible anymore. They must pass through us, and we will charge them in dollars before we give them the oil. So we are the middlemen. Do you agree? Arab world said, oh yeah, yallah, la ilaha illallah. They signed. So you call the Arab world. I want this amount of oil. Oh, no, sir. You have to go through America. And America says, bring this amount of dollars. So it made the dollar so much in demand. The dollar became so self-hyped that everybody was talking dollar. From that time till now, even though the dollar is not the most valuable currency in the world, it is the most respected and the most talked about because of the hype. Come along. Come. My brother, look at the headlines. Sanction GPHA, Ghana Ports and Harbors Authority. Shipping lines for charging fees, bills in dollars. And this is the AGI. Let's read the story. The Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, is accusing the Ghana Ports and Harbors Authority, GPHA, and the shipping lines for charging fees and bills in dollars, contrary to the Bank of Ghana directive not to do so. This, the association argues, will defeat the government's mission of stopping the pricing and charging of goods and services in dollars. Dash it away. You see, we live in a country where people are not patriotic. They do not even understand what it means to be patriotic. Listen, we live in a country where everybody has an allegiance to the dollar. My brother, my sister, come. We all have an allegiance to the dollar. Our budget is read in the dollar. When we are flying out of this country, airlines charge us in dollars. When the year of return came, baboons and goats and sheep who call themselves citizens of this country started charging in dollar. All because brothers and sisters coming from the diaspora must come and give us dollar. What is the importance of a year of return? Hey! If you think you have heard enough, I'm going to shock you the more. Hotels started charging in dollar. Instead of preparing tuwo zafi and miyan kuka, akpla and petri dechi, fufu and abenkwine for the people, our brothers and sisters coming home to eat. Because they've missed that. No, all the hotels started preparing American dishes. They went online to read about the favorite American dishes, British dishes, and that was what they were serving in the hotels. What did you expect when the president himself was flying in and out of the country on the back of the taxpayer? He was eating exotic food. Did you see the president eat tuozafi and miyan kuka? At all our state functions, did you ever see them serving asana or drinking ekwegueme? All the state functions that you have seen from now till then, better still from then till now, did you ever see them serving sobolo? Have you ever gone to a state function where they gave you ekwegueme or yoro or tubani or tuozafi and miyan kuka? No, everybody's in suit. They eat with fork and knife and spoon. When they eat, they nasalize their speech and they speak like Americans and British people. And you claim you are independent, such. Where is your independence? Nigerians do better when it comes to this. Because when Nigerians are not good, when it comes to trying to speak like the white man, you will betray yourself. Before you realize it's added some chai somewhere. Or better still, you add oga somewhere. Or sha. And you realize that this is Omo Niger. So Nigerians don't even try it. But we, Ghanaians, na grammar with the yano. Hey, na grammar. Grammar. Yesterday I met this drunkard in front of my house. And he said, yeah, I used to live in America. All I heard and understood, I used to live in America. The rest was just like tongues to me. He spoke and spoke and boasted and boasted. And when he was going, he said, I don't forget my mama, I'm 20 Ghana Bina. Go show me how far away. Swindlers are all speaking like Americans. Swindlers are all speaking like British. We have a complex that is called inferiority complex. In fact, when I first came to Accra, one of the things that made people take their hands off me, because every Rasta man, they try to look down on you. Because you have this unkempt beard. Your hair is like that of a lion on heat. You must look dirty and smell like Labadi Gata. Your eyes must be red shot, bloodshot. And your lips must be dark as if they just dug you from the ground. You have no right to look different. And you must speak a certain language that only you and your cronies understand. One thing that made them take their hands off me, now the grammar where they are. If they hear say Blakk Rasta, they talk grammar. They shock that this guy said waiting be in school background. So the guy goes school small. Oh. So now he be different Rasta man. But we have studied so much the politics of the dirty colonialists that we don't allow ourselves to be told that we are different from our brethren. No, we are the same. That's what the colonial master did. Willie Lynch syndrome. Oh, you are a little lighter than your brother. Then you are closer to us than that. You are different from your brother. Then you feel big. You are called a house nigger. How did I get into all this? The almighty dollar. Look at the story. What is the story saying at all? The story is saying that people are charging in dollars, even at the port. And our biggest problem in Ghana right now is the dollar. When the dollar sneezes, the Ghana cedi catches cold. Those of you who are politician friends, when they meet you, when they are giving you money, do they give you cedis? Dollar. When you meet a new girl, you want to flex, and the dollar. Go to Labadi, go to Teshi, you just saw a pretty Ghan girl called Anache, and you like her. Beautiful Ache. If you flash $1, where? When you leave, all over the place, they are showing it around that. Now Achoe's boyfriend flashes $1. If you are also interested in Na Achoe, even if you come and give cedis, that is more than the $1. No, you don't do nothing now. Do you have dollar? Complex mindset. Where is our independence? When our loins are still tied so tightly to the waist of the slave master. Where is that? You see somebody go to the airport, choked. All Ghanaians are running out of the country with their children. You know where they are going? Greener pastures. Are you sheep and goats? Why are you looking for greener pastures when you are human beings? Pastures are supposed to be for what? Goats and sheep. If you are going to the white man's land for greener pastures, then you are animals and the white man is the shepherd. Hallelujah. This is the real truth, bitter truth, and some people won't like it. I'm not here to pamper you with a lie. Hey, be careful. Baba black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, kind master, 3 bags full. 1 for the master, 1 for the dame. La 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 langa langale, ole ole langale, ole ole langale. That's how we used to sing it in school. None for the little boy who cries down the lane. But we couldn't sing it. Langa, 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 le, ole, ole, langa, le, ole, ole. Did you take a step back to listen to the lyrics? London Bridge is falling down, it's falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. A fair lady. The bridge is falling down. And all you are thinking about is your fair lady. As for your dark lady, oh, she can go. Baba black sheep. Not white sheep. Where have you been? I have been to London to see the Queen. Not I have been to Ho or George or Pecky to see Togbe. Or I have been to La or Teshi to see Gamanche. Tabi. My brother, we need to be able to rewire the minds of our people. And that's the purpose of this show. We have to re-educate. We must unlearn some things in order to look at the way forward. I removed my children from schools that taught my children to sing Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? And all those slavish songs. My brother, in the church in those days, when they were playing Agbaja, you remember? You remember? Who composed the national anthem of Ghana? Have you heard of Victor Beho before? Have you heard about those wonderful people who went into the church and played Agbaja and the rest? And at that time, the white man sent them out. They called that demonic music. Today, when you go to the Volta region in the churches, in fact, Agbaja, praising God, they look down on that. They want to hear something else. All this long talk is for us to be able to understand that if you put value on yourself, people will buy you. But if you are gold and you price yourself like charcoal, people will buy you like charcoal. Nobody will be able to revalue you because you devalued yourself. No, they will buy you the same way. How many people go into the market? The fish seller says, oh, this fish is 5 cedis. And you know that this fish, in fact, is more qualitative than 5. It should go for 20 cedis. How many of us will say, oh, this fish is more than 5 cedis, take 20 cedis? The fishmonger herself will say, you have been cursed. The witches in your house are following you. My brother, in our own country, the dollar is the almighty, and it's because of us. He said, Eastern Region Minister, forgotten his name, just yesterday, went to the conference of bishops, Catholic bishops, and was asking the Catholic bishops to pray so that the city would stabilize. To pray so that galamsey and environmental degradation will stop. Why? When would the black man be told that spirituality is good, but religion is the opium of the people? When would the black man understand that God is even fed up with us every time we come knocking at his door to do for us what we can do for ourselves? Hey, prayer only works when there's no way. When the Israelites went all the way into the desert and there was no food, there was no way they could find food, God opened the skies and food came. But when there was food and they were eating, they could go and work and get the food. Did God do that? No. When water was coming out of the rock, it was because there was no water. Hey, these are the topics I like talking about. I can talk and talk and talk and talk. If we don't respect our own city and respect our own independence, we will continue to be backward people. Our independence would only be a subject of tokenism and symbolism. Hey! Wayo! This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Next item. Watch it. It's coming in like a thunderbolt. What does it say? Thieving officials cry wolf. What is the story? Run it. Come. Government officials have stolen 70 billion Ghana cedis and kept under their beds. And this is Adongo talking. Bolgatanga Central Member of Parliament Isaac Adongo has accused government officials of stealing 70 billion Ghana cedis. He claims these officials are keeping the cash under their beds. Addressing a press conference in Parliament on Tuesday, November 8th, Mr. Adongo accused the governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, of illegally paying money to the government. To that end, he wants the governor to leave office. He said, ask yourself why the same taxes that we imposed on petroleum products 2 years ago to deliver a liter of 4.5 pesos. So essentially, now the problem is not even about the taxes, it's about the exchange rate. Who is supposed to manage the exchange rate? Is it the governor of the central bank, Dr. Addison? He had it. Another big problem we have now is inflation. The Bank of Ghana manages the inflationary target framework, whilst the Ghana Statistical Service reports actually the man who is in charge of managing our inflation targeting framework and ensuring that inflation expectations are anchored is the governor of the central bank. The inflationary targeting framework with the confines of the Bank of Ghana provided very strict rules on what we call fiscal governance over monetary policy. In other words, there are strict rules on the government of Ghana. Strict rules on the government of Ghana can borrow from the Bank of Ghana. I mean, some grammatical shaker, but we can make a meaning out of it. Now, those restricted rules are quite clearly stated. That the Bank of Ghana at any point in time should not dash it away. This is Isaac Adongo. He says a lot of things. Sometimes he says some things that are very sensitive like this one. He says he knows people who have stolen 70 billion. And he even knows where they have kept the money, under their bed. Don't let us play politics and joke with this. It's a country of jokers and untrained comedians. In a serious country, Yoko will come in. Economic crime department will come in and follow this. You cannot joke with the lives of people. If people have actually stolen 70 billion Ghana cedis, and we are running to the IMF for how much? 3 billion. How much is that? That's about $7 billion stolen. Am I right? About $7 billion. That's if the exchange rate is 1 to 10. It's more than that now. So let's even say 5 billion. It means the money we are going to IMF for to salvage our country is actually under the beds of people. And you think it's a joke? Is it funny? If your sister or your daughter or son had died in the hospital that was ill-equipped, this wouldn't be a joke to you. If your business had collapsed in these times, or your bank had been locked up, this will not be a funny joke to you. Let's get more serious. Can Iyoko come in and check this? I don't think they will do it. A lot of them are just in there sleeping. Some of these governmental institutions that are supposed to be fighting crime. My brother, my sister, the least said about them, the better. Dash it away. Next thing. Kennedy Japan touches raw nerve. Oh yes, he went to the Western region. This is the man. He's not been very well for some time now. He went for a certain major surgery in his head. But he's come home. We are happy to see him. We all prayed for him to come back. He's one of the most fiery speakers. Sometimes he goes so deep into the gutters. And he makes utterances that are absolutely childish. Sometimes, inflammatory. This is him. An MP. He says the work of the MP is so cheap that any idiot can be an MP in Ghana. He said it. If I had said this, they would have hauled me there to show me panga, a.k.a. power. But I like him. Sometimes he says things that we all agree with. He says, your buildings do not reflect your status as an oil and gas enclave. Ken AGYAPONG tells Nzemes. You see, what he has said is nothing but the truth. I studied oil and gas at the University of Coventry. I understand what it is. Normally in Africa, the bone of contention between the areas where some of these things are mined, talking about gold, diamond, sometimes even oil refineries, the bone of contention with the government is that those places are least developed. The roads are very bad. Go to Takwa. Go to Obuasi. In fact, you don't need anybody to train you or to teach you how to dance Azonto. Just go on that road. You will see you are doing Azonto whilst you are going. And it's not funny. I've been to the area this man is talking about. I've been there. And I've seen the poverty there. The pollution. It just simply makes sense that as you are taking the gold, the diamond, and drilling oil and getting it out and polluting the place, you should be smart enough to provide the people with a certain level of protection and compensation. But no, they don't do it. I don't know if it's a curse or what. Especially in Africa. The other day I was in Nigeria. We went to River State. I met with I went to Okrika. Yes, a place called Okrika. I met with Ateketom. And Ateketom had become a certain wild man who had become a militant, fighting the government with guns and arms in the bush because the government was taking oil from his area there and not developing the area. Finally, it took Good Luck Jonathan or somebody to bring peace, and then they started to look at the people and compensate them one after the other like that, and the area was developing a little bit. When Buhari came, he cancelled it. He said, we don't pamper criminals. I don't know about that. That I don't know. My brother, Kennedy AGYAPONG has spoken the truth. But this man wants to be president. He has said a lot of thorny things. Sometimes calling on people to murder people. Right now, as we speak, there's a murder case around his neck like an albatross. Ahmed Swale. He's tried to disentangle himself from this, but no, the more he struggles, the more he gets himself entangled. There was even a time I heard the American government had come down on him to, embarrass him. He himself said it at the airport and all that. And he's a sworn enemy of Anas Armiyao Anas. They are even in court. Why Anas Armiyao Anas? The journalist who was killed was working for Anas Armiyao Anas's Tiger PI. My brother, my sister, Kennedy AGYAPONG has spoken the truth. But as an MP for so many years, this is okay. I've finished with that. He's spoken the truth. We must look at it and work it out. I've finished it. Now I'm looking at, as an MP in his area for so many years, what has he been able to do for his people there as an MP? Because I'm hearing that his area there is full of potholes. The area is still the way it was. I don't know. I've not been there. If it is true, why is it like that? Maybe he had challenges. We should go into some of these things. Rather than looking at how handsome somebody's face is, then we vote for the person. Oh, this person goes to my church. Or, oh, we pray at the same Nima mosque, so you vote for him. It doesn't make you a wise person. Even the Prophet of Islam, at a point, he had to pray that a certain non-Muslim would come and join him. Umar bin Khattab, to give him a certain kind of power to forge on Islam. So it's not everybody who must be a Muslim before you can work with a person. Not everybody must be a Christian before you can work with a person. Your life can change so many people. Let your life be a mirror to many people. Is this the last topic? My brother, my sister, Kennedy AGYAPONG touches raw nerve. This is a thorny issue. Look at any portion of Ghana where there's a mining activity going on. It is so much of an eyesore. Galamsey has even made it worse. Today when you sleep, pray for Ghana. Today before you go to bed, remember the country Ghana. In the interim, I've released a brand new song to celebrate the tyrannical president of Cameroon, the dictatorial president of Cameroon, the bloodthirsty president of Cameroon. And it's called Bastard Boy Beer. Paul Beer, Mr. Beer. Paul Beer is a bastard boy, dirty beer. Oh, beer. Paul Beer is a bastard boy. Run away, you murderer. Run away, you murderer. Run away, you bastard. Run away, you vampire. This is how we have to give them the bouquet of booze. Without garnishing in it, let's give it to them raw. Like Nkrumah referred to the government that overthrew him as foolish. They are fools, stupid. Nkrumah said it. He didn't say they were unwise. He went straight to the point. I leave it here. My name is Blakk RASTA. I want to appreciate you. I want to thank you. Yes, and on behalf of my team, I want to say blessed love, guidance, and protection. Love, love, love every time. I want to say thank you. This is the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kuku Shonamo, where we speak truth to power. Oh! Wayo!